In this video, we'll take a look at the software you're going to use to do your homework. Now we're on the Bridgeport login page. We're going to log into Canvas. And again, it saves my username and password. Now, as you do this, you'll note the new textbook program. And this is where our access codes also come in. And I sent that email out showing you that you could, if your Canvas course is up, actually log in using an access code. I did that one already. So we'll go to a typical course. And again, let's choose section 18 this time. So we'll click on that. And then a page similar to this will open. Again, this is the teacher's page, but you have many of these menu bars over here on the left. We talked about the syllabus, we talked about grades, we talked about attendance, we talked about Panopto recordings, and then to register for the class, we clicked on My Lab and Mastering. And again, we either clicked on this or this. Again, this is Instructor's Tools, but I'm assuming you're going to have this link down here. So if you were to click on this, it's taking a moment to open. There are all the assignments now listed with their due dates, and it tells about attempts, and it tells about C-score. Now, I already did real numbers. Let me click on that. And these are the 20 questions. I've written them up in my homework log book, and I got them all right. But what I want to do is show you, let's say, perhaps using this one, operations of real numbers that I haven't worked on yet, what it's like when you do it. So you would click on this, and then these are the 20 questions that show up. Now, let's just do the first one, see what's going on. I'm going to make it a little bigger too so we can see it better here. There we go. Now, complete the statement and give an example. The sum of two positive numbers is, and they're giving you a drop-down menu, so you click on that, and the sum is going to be positive. Now, down toward the bottom here, we have final check. I'm going to raise that up so we can see that a little bit better. Click on that, and it says, oh, I got it right. So then you just say, okay. And then it asks you to do some. Choose the correct example below. So some of these are pretty easy. In fact, the process that takes a little time is writing this into your homework log. So here we have 18 plus 6 is 24, and that is the correct response. So we click on that, and once again, click on Final Check, and it says, yep, we got that right. Next question. Now, you'll notice up over here, you now have a homework score of 5%. It indicates that you've done 1 out of 20 of the questions. Now, complete this statement. The sum of a positive number and a negative number is 0 if the numbers are, and this is actually vocabulary building, they're additive inverses. Okay, So let's check that out. And they're saying we got that right. Now, as we look at this, again, 4 plus its additive inverse, a negative 4 is 0. That's the correct one. So we check it. Nice work. We got it done. And we go next question. And we see our score has increased. We have 2 out of 20 completed. Now again, vocabulary. Well, it goes on like this. Now what I'm going to do is go to another one. And let's see if I can just get to some other questions here. Okay, let's say this one. Subtract the following. So again, you have a negative 5 minus a negative 5. Now, in our lesson, we would have mentioned that when you have a negative in front of a value in a parenthesis that is also negative, this is usually read the opposite of a negative 5 is a positive 5, or the rule that two negatives in this arrangement make a positive. So this is going to be a negative 6 and a positive 5 leaves us, and we just highlight the spot. And notice when I've done this, now some symbols appear. Every once in a while we're going to need to put a plus or a minus or multiply or divide, less than, greater than, make a fraction, make an exponent, and then there's this box, more, where we can choose many more symbols that we might need in answering. So here we could, again, checking on this box, use one of those symbols or just type the negative from your computer and then put in a 1 and then check your answer. And we have it correct. Now on this next question, what I'm going to do is we'll study it a little bit, and this is going to be a opposite of a negative 3 gives it a positive 3. So this would be 6 plus 3 is 9 minus 11 is going to give me a negative 2. Now, I'm not going to put in the negative sign purposefully. I'm just going to put the 2 in there because I want you to see what happens. So I will check the answer, and it says, oh, sorry, that is not correct. And it gives you a little hint. Watch your signs. So I'm going to click OK. And notice I can go back to that spot, highlight that, put in a negative sign from my tools or from my keyboard, and then I go back to check my answer, and it's giving me an additional shot. So when I click on this, I now have 4 correct. It didn't mark me wrong. Now, if you keep getting it wrong, they will eventually give you the right answer, and then you can select down here an additional choice, additional example, or a new example, and by getting the new example correct, it makes your homework correct. So if I go to save now, it's going to tell me those questions that I have correct. Now this one I skipped, and I can pick up on any one of these. But if you have a red X by any question, you can always click on it. In fact, let me just show you. There's question 2. I had it right, but I can try again. Let me go down here so you can see it. Try again, and that would give me another chance at a different example. And if you have one wrong, and you replace it with one that is now correct, then you get full credit. So I'm going to save it again. And always save it, because if you don't save it, it's not going to show up on your score. And I have 4 of them done. I don't want to make this too long. I wanted to show you the tools that can be used. And of course, as the class progresses and we need new tools, I will be reviewing that with you. Okay, let's wind this up.